what I can offer you as an ongoing. Today you have to decide what's the path forward for me. What do I want to continue learning and pursuing forward? Okay. So I have an ongoing, what I call the apprenticeship class and the apprenticeship trading class. I have right now I've got two groups. One meets Thursday mornings from 9:30 to 11:30 at the Egg and I over by Meyerland Plaza Mall. And then we have an afternoon group that meets at the IHOP on 59 at Kirby, 5:30 to 7:30. The morning group, we've got about 12 people. The afternoon group, we've got about 6. So several of my students have been with me over a year. You're not going to stay with me a year unless you're making money, okay? So let me tell you how this apprenticeship trading program works. The apprenticeship program is, you're going to get one-on-one coaching with me. So that I'm training you one-on-one. I'm giving you practice charts to practice on, to start looking at. These are paper charts that you're going to practice on. You're going to get homework. You're also going to be getting advisories through email from me, all right, on what we're looking at for this week, what should make money, why we're looking at it, those kinds of things. You can call me and ask questions. You can email me and ask questions, so you have access to me when I'm feeling really good. All right? And so you have access to me. You also get to interact with all the other students. And Rosa, you might say something. Vicki, I don't know. What is it like to interact with other students? These are,
well, you get, if you have a whole pile of students in the class and they're watching different charts and they're charting different charts, and they'll send out an email saying, hey, I'm watching this, everybody go over and look at this. Or the more students are in the class that are watching these things, the more of these that we can actually physically watch, and we won't miss as many of these trades that are making tons and tons and tons of money.
Yeah,
so the more students, the more...
We've seen some make tremendous amounts of money, but again, most of you as students will only look at a few charts every day. But what happens is every student starts to branch out. You know, this is very personalized. You know, there's some people doing things that I don't do. They look at, you know, certain things that I don't look at, and they make money out of. Some of my students do. So it's up to you. So you get the coaching one-on-one, you get the advisories, you get the practice. You also get you're going to be sent a lot of tutorials that are sent on how to trade different things, how to open up your practice account. We hold your hand on that because you're going to have to, you'll be given guidance on opening it up, how to put the orders in. You got to learn how to put the orders in. So all of this is the logistics. The easy part is reading the charts. You know what the hard part is? Setting up all your software, learning how to put in the orders, learning how to start the practice account. That's the hard part. So one of my associates and my assistant, Kim Doogie, she guides you through that process. So either in the morning group or the afternoon group, all right? She comes to the morning group, she's there every Thursday. In the afternoon group, she's there twice a month, okay, typically. So you decide how you want it to do. Now on that, the apprenticeship trading program costs $2,500 for the first 2 months. So, and actually sometimes it takes about, because it's 8 classes, so sometimes it may take you 2.5 months or 3 months to do your 8 classes, and then it's $100 a month after that, okay? And as I've said, several of my students have been with me over a year, so the only reason they stay is because they make up their investment. The key is to make up your money in this thing very quickly. I mean, you want to make up whatever you paid for it, you better start making it very, very quickly. And here's the key. I'm going to insist that you open a practice account for at least 3 to 6 months, because you're going to learn what I'm teaching you, you're going to practice it, and the only way you're going to learn is putting in orders and watching yourself either make money or lose money, and then figure out why you're losing money, okay? And better to do it in a practice account rather than a real account, okay? Because you want to develop the confidence that you know what you're doing and you know how to put in orders, how to put in stop losses, and you're reading the charts correctly, all right? And so some of my students, even a year later, are asking me questions that I taught them in the first 2 months. So the good thing about the apprenticeship class is it's every week you're learning. Every week you're learning. You're picking up, and it's constant repetition. We're covering sometimes the same thing 2 weeks in a row because people are not picking it up. They're not getting it fast enough. And so basically it's an ongoing repetition that gets you to learn this and actually start practicing it. So And then the group interaction is very, very strong as well. In the morning group, I've got a man there, Jerry Cleveland's his name. He started his practice account, $100,000. He ran that up in 2 months to $250,000. So he says, I'm ready with a real account. So he started his real account, I think it was about $35,000. And his first month, he was up over $13,000 in profits. So it's doable. It's a doable process, and for you to go out and make money. But you got to start having confidence in yourself that you can go out and do it. And the only way you're going to build confidence is through practice. You got to practice in your game. You got to practice. So it's amazing to me that a lot of people show up at the meetings and they haven't practiced their account or they haven't done their homework. Okay, so you want to do your homework. I got to see when I ask you to draw trend lines. I ask you to draw channels. I ask you to draw waves. Then I want you to do it on paper charts so that you can show me, here's what I see as a wave, here's what I see as a trend line, so that I know you're getting it, that what you're looking at is correct, okay? So a lot of people don't look at it correctly. So the coaching, I think, is invaluable because it's always ongoing. So you decide that it's something you want to do. For any of you that live out of town, we're probably about 3 or 4 weeks away from, we've actually done webinars now, only we've had some technical problems, so we're about 3 or 4 weeks away where we'll actually do the morning sessions via webinar. So if you're out of town, you can actually look at the webinar, go through it, ask questions, call me or email me, and get the interaction.
You are a movie star.
That's right. I won't be in Hollywood. You know? So that's one way of doing it. So the other way is I do 2-day workshops on occasion as well. And I got a day trading workshop coming up on the 13th and 14th of September. Okay, it's a 2-day, it's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Many of my students want to learn how to make money every day in the markets. Okay, so day trading is the only way to do it. You go in the morning, you're out in the afternoon, you collect your money, you go home. All right. You can actually develop day trading strategies where you look at your numbers, you put in your orders. It takes all of 15 to 20 minutes to get that done. Now, some of my students get addicted. How many of you know somebody got addicted to video poker when those things came out? You know, so people sit on that computer 10, 12 hours a day. I had one of my students one time do 300 orders in one day, 300 trades. It's too much. And he forgot about his wife and kids. Okay, so, but your personality is going to show up in your trading. So everybody in this room is going to trade differently, but you're going to know what to look for. You're going to know what to do, but you're going to trade differently, and you're going to trade different things. You know, everybody's going to trade something different. But the key is you know how to trade just about anything because the charts are all the same. It doesn't matter if it's gold, soybeans, or Exxon. It's all the same. The chart patterns are all the same. And that's the good thing about this. So once you learn the chart patterns, you can trade anything. You can go to Singapore, Malaysia, or Mexico and trade the stocks there, or you can trade international markets anytime you want. Okay. So the day trading program is about structuring it. I'm teaching you several ways to day trade the markets and make money every day. The goal in your day trading account, typically, if you're investing $1,000, you're trying to make $300 that day. Okay, so on $1,000 to $1,500 investment, depending on how much the currencies cost or the commodities cost, we're looking for $300 a day. That's our goal every day. So it's roughly a 30% return. Okay. And so you can look at those. If you're interested in those, then I'll stick around for a little bit afterwards, or just let me know. And the last way, and I don't have one of those flyers, is I can send you a lesson a month. It's $35 a month, and I just send you a lesson every month. So the first lesson is narrow sideways channels. Second lesson is, I think it's 1, 2, 3 tops and bottoms. And so you're getting a lesson a month to practice on. Plus, you can contact me with your questions through emails for the lessons if you just want to do it very slowly and start. Okay. I want to give you the advisories. I send these out typically every week or every 2 weeks. This is one that I sent out here recently, and these are advisories that I sent out to the students, and I tell them, here's what you can look at for possible trades this coming week. Okay. So this is the one that they got here, I think in July. I don't know what the date is. I think it's about July the 10th, somewhere in there, July the 11th. I normally do these on Sunday night, because that's when the foreign currency markets open and a lot of the commodities markets open on Sunday nights. You can see all the trades I was suggesting there, Australian dollar, the euro dollar. Of the day trades, all the day trades made money. You can see the day trades. The euro dollar made $1,750 in one day on that day trade. Of all those possible trades that are listed there, every one of those made money except for sugar. The very last down at the bottom one lost about $1,100 down at the bottom. That was the only one on that list that did not make money. Everything else made money. Now, this is high-risk environment, ladies and gentlemen, so I can't guarantee you that that's going to happen every single week. But consistently, you're going to be able to pick the markets that are making money, and that's what you want to look at. What's going to make money here? And so those are the kinds of advisors that I look at. And sometimes the students come up with trades to look at. Say, here's what I'm looking at, and I think it's going to make money. So you decide. This is very personalized. This is your personality comes through in your trading, by the way, folks. Your risk, your fears, your, how much, the gambler mentality you've got, all of those things come through. So it's just depending on what do I want to do, how much do I want to get involved in this. You can get involved with it where you're doing it every single day for several hours a day, or you can get to the point where you say, I only want to look at the charts once every 2 months or once a month. So everybody's different, and everybody says how they're going to trade is going to be different, and it is. So this is going to be tailored to your personality and how you want to look at the markets. Okay?